Didn't make coffee this morning, so
Oh, Erica.
my throat's kind
I'm
of itchy.
shocked.
My throat's kind of itchy, so the coffee doesn't feel good on my throat right now. Okay.
Oh man.
Hello,
It's the
everybody.
warmth of things.
The warm,
Warmth.
yeah, but coffee with the creamer, it doesn't sit well when your throat is raspy and like coffee
Okay.
and mucusy. I don't know. It bothers me. It's a different type of thing.
Word.
Yeah. Anyways, welcome everyone.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
We're just having our little coffee chat.
Yeah, coffee chat. Why didn't
I'm looking at my
Why I didn't have coffee? Because I'm coughing. Welcome to Hey Sister Soul Sister. And you're looking at what?
I'm looking at my hair and I was like, wow, it really needs a haircut. Like it just needs it needs the dead ends to go.
Oh, I can't tell. Yeah. I can't see the dead ends via the camera. Like the color looks great.
Would it?
I was gonna say like it looks great. The color. It looks amazing.
Thanks. It's this right, like I could tell.
Yeah.
It's dead.
Well,
it's dead ends.
And you can feel it. And
I gotta
chop it off. I want to chop off my hair too, but
Erica's gonna do it.
We'll see when that happens, and then we're gonna come on this video and be like, flowy, beautiful, short hair,
feeling
short
herself.
hair, feeling myself. Today I didn't do my hair; it's just up in a messy bun. Got baby hairs flying everywhere. It is what it is. I did do eyeliner, so I look alive and pretty for the camera because I was like, I'm putting these on YouTube. So time to
here's
upgrade the look.
We can talk about it, but I'm like, maybe we focus on the latest episodes on YouTube. Like we have 7 seasons. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
There's no way.
No.
Like there's no way we're gonna upload all of those episodes.
I just decided to upload last week's and then this week's.
Love it.
Which last week is late. So you might get 2 in 1 week because I have to remember how to edit videos and how to make it fast because like the video edit is not really good with the audio, and I was like, how do I do this fast? And, because if I'm doing the video, I'm gonna be cutting things, and sometimes I have a method now, but I discovered it too late. So
there we go. No, it's about learning.
It's about learning and how to make it faster for the next time. We'll get it done. We'll get it done. But yeah, so
I didn't do anything to my face. I just put like a little lip gloss, and I'm on the hunt for I don't know shiny pigmented lip. And so send your suggestions. I've kind of gone through 2.
Okay.
Like I'm not big on like the lip liner gloss combination. I don't want to do that much. Like low effort. I'm in a low effort era of my life.
Just like a lip gloss? Like I don't understand what you want out. I mean,
or a shiny pigmented, I'm talking about like high color payout. Because when you do a gloss, it's usually like a tint or a hint of color. Like I want like a lipstick or a lip thing. I don't know. A wand that's highly pigmented, high color payout, and shiny. That's all I want.
You want like a shiny lipstick.
I've been on a hunt.
Shiny lipstick. I feel like they have those.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a formula that I like. Yeah.
Well, which ones have you tried that you don't like?
ColourPop. It's okay. It stains your lips too, so that's pretty cool. But right now I'm wearing NYX's fat lip oil, which is like a hot pink color in the jar, and there's nothing. There's no.
Yeah, it just looks like you have shiny lips.
That's it.
Yeah.
Shine's cool, no color. So I'm on the hunt. We'll see.
Okay. If I see something, I'll be like, Leia, is this for you?
That's my algorithm is starting.
It's starting to
show me some
stuff. Like keep saying it on the phone.
I'm gonna allow myself to be influenced.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. Influence me. I will try it.
Influence me phone. You know what I've been influenced on is like, have you seen those tables on Instagram that like contract? Like they're like they could be like really small tables and then really like expand into big tables,
Oh, yeah. I
like
have seen those. Yeah.
expandable ones. And like I kind of want
Mhm.
those because I don't know where I'm gonna be living at the end of this year, like, so
Mm.
it's like,
I
am I
love
living in
that.
a big space or am I living in a small space? So like, because I don't have a dining room table, and I'm
Mm.
tired of having a stool as my table in my living room. So I like need a table, but it's like, what do I invest in? Do I invest in I don't want a small
Yeah.
one. Like, there's like a big dining room space where I am at right now, so I don't want
Yeah.
like a small one, but I also don't want a big one. And I like the expandable ones. Just sound so cool.
Definitely gives you options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
I think I'm supportive. Yeah.
we'll see.
I think that's a smart investment because
Yeah.
you don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I have to
Like,
pay off some stuff on my credit card. I don't want to keep adding to it,
yeah.
because those things run like a good 1,000 or two or something like that.
Oh, they're
They're
pricey. Yeah.
pricey, yeah, and with good reason, because you get like 500 tables in one, or like a side
Yeah.
table, like, or something you just put up against the wall, like when you
Yeah.
walk in. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now, like dilemma of like life, like being influenced by furniture stuff, like getting
Love
that
it.
influence,
Yeah.
life.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
You know what else I'm getting influenced by? Conspiracy theories. Specifically football. But I didn't know there was really conspiracy theories going on until Leah and I talked. Okay, some backstory. Way, way long ago, I think like right after like 9/11, you know how there was like the Super Bowl right after that? Like, or I don't know if that was that year or the
It
year
was like
later.
several months after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Patriots won, right? So I think the Patriots,
Mm.
I don't know who they were playing, but the Patriots won. And I was like, how effing convenient that the Patriots won, given what happened. Until ever since then, I've been like, these games are rigged. They are rigged. And I just say it as a joke. I don't really mean it. And then this morning, I go online as I usually do, because I just wake up and pop into my phone, and this guy was like, football conspiracy theories, and he's like putting up like the logo for each for each Super Bowl, and they have the colors, and he's like, usually the colors, he like put up the past like 3 or 4, he's like, usually the colors are the teams that are playing, and the one that has the least color in it are the ones that are gonna win. Like, so say for example, it's, I don't know, a blue and a red. Say with Niners and Cowboys wouldn't play Super Bowl, would they? No, they wouldn't. I was like, no, they wouldn't. Patriots and the Niners. Let's say that's it. Would they play?
Mhm.
Okay. I was like, wait.
Well, we could use this year's example, right? This
Oh
year
yeah. So
is
this year,
purple and red.
purple and red. And so the guy was saying this is why the Niners and Baltimore, the Ravens, are gonna play, and Niners are gonna win because they have the least amount of color in the actual like Super Bowl logo. And I was like, wow, I kind of love this conspiracy. Like, and I reposted. I was like, these are the conspiracies I live for, because I kind of do think some of the stuff is rigged. And then me and Leia were talking like, what are we going to talk about today about Cheese McCorner? Because like, I'm feeling out of it. She's feeling out of it too. And then she brought up these NFL conspiracies, and I was like, wait, I just found one video and I thought it was a joke. I didn't know like there was more stuff happening. So
There's more. There was someone had posted about like this screen or like this picture that they took of like a newscast like from a week or couple weeks ago, and it said Super Bowl Sunday, Niners versus Ravens, and like they haven't even like played yet. Like that's today's game, like literally to determine who's going to play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And of course, the caption is like, do they know something that we don't?
Yeah. Do they know?
And then someone, yeah, right. Do they know?
Mm-hmm.
And then someone else posted the like grocery shopping, and there were like these giant cookies with Niners versus Ravens on them. And it's like, although Erica said like the video quality of it could be from when it was Harbaugh.
So that came up on my feed,
Yeah.
and I kind of didn't have an idea of what was going on. Like I was like, what is going on here? So I read the comments, and some guy was like, yeah, that's from when they played the Super Bowl last time, the Harbaugh Yeah, that's what we called it, right?
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, the
Yeah, because it was
Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh
Yeah.
for the Niners and John Harbaugh
Yeah,
for
the
the
brothers. And when the
Ravens.
lights went
Yeah.
off and all those memes were like,
Yes.
"Mom, John turned off the lights." So like somebody was saying like, "Oh yeah, that was back from that year." They mentioned the year. I
Yeah.
can't remember what year it was.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You could tell from the video
Yeah.
quality," which I'm like, I don't know. I wasn't
Maybe.
paying too much attention. I was like, "Okay."
Same.
And I just like I
Same.
just kind of like didn't realize that there was a conspiracy going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought the other guy was just like a joke video because I literally got it after I reposted that video.
Yeah.
So now it's all starting to make sense. I'm telling you guys, I have a little
Making sense.
I have a little bit of a cold, so my brain isn't processing things very fast. It's kind of like,
Well, before we hop off of the NFL, we have to talk about Jason Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jason Kelsey is Travis Kelsey's brother. He plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you haven't yet, guys, listened to their podcast. It's called New Heights. I'm obsessed. Alex and I listen to it every week. They're so funny and so cute together. Yeah, they talk a lot of football stuff. But yeah, they're hilarious. They're hilarious. So in my opinion, Jason Kelsey is my favorite.
He's
out of the
funny.
two, 'cause he's
I
freaking
only seen
hilarious.
clips, and in the clips, like I feel like it would be like, no offense to Travis, but it wouldn't be as good. You know, like Jason brings
Kelsey.
it. He brings it.
Yes.
He brings it.
He's
yeah.
so funny. He's hilarious. I can't get enough of Jason Kelsey. So his brother, so Travis played against the Bills last week, and Jason he came to support. The whole fam came to support. You know, his wife Kylie, they're complete opposite. She's like so put together and like, like the voice of reason. I guess Jason was hell bent because Bills Mafia, they are known for intense and epic tailgates, you know, jumping on tables, breaking them, all the things.
Damn.
So Jason was like hell bent. I'm gonna jump on a table and break one. So he actually he crashed like several tailgates.
Did he?
Drank something random from a bowling ball. Someone handed him a bowling ball with something in it, and he's chugging that thing. And so by the time he gets to their suite, Taylor Swift, of course, is there. And Kylie, he's ready. But he didn't get to break a table. He didn't get to break a table at the tailgate. So he met up with Kylie, his wife, in their suite. And she's like, "You got to be on your best behavior. You know, like we're meeting Taylor for the first time. You know, like
they hadn't met Taylor yet.
I guess not. They hadn't met her in person yet.
Okay.
I mean, he's been playing. You know, like his team got kicked out of the playoffs, like 2 weeks ago. So now he's chilling. He's supporting his brother. They're meeting at this game, and the first thing he says to Kylie when he gets to the suite is like, he's like, "I'm taking my shirt off and jumping out of the suite," and she's like, "Maybe that's not the greatest idea. Like, maybe don't." And he does. Travis Kelsey scores a touchdown, and the first thing Jason does is take off his shirt, hop out of the window, which leads to like the stands right below, and is like screaming at the top of his lungs. And he did that like a couple different times. It is what it is. The memes about this though, like Kylie, because Kylie, oh my gosh, they're fantastic. And I hope your phone is listening so the algorithm picks it up. They're so funny, and I'm just like, yeah. It was so big. It went so viral that some news organization, I don't know which newscast it was, but they interviewed Kylie about the whole experience.
What did she say?
She was just like, you know what? Like, I knew it was coming. She was like, I knew it was coming. I kind of was like, well, maybe, scale it back a little bit. She was like, after the first two, she was like, okay, you're going to have to scale it back. Like, the poor security guys are really trying to keep people chill.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're not making it easy for them.
Yeah.
It's already hard enough that there's
Taylor Swift is
Taylor Swift
yeah.
here and you're jumping out of windows.
You're making it
I
unsafe for
mean,
Taylor Swift.
it was really sweet. One of the times though, this little girl who had like a sign for
Mhm.
Taylor, um, I guess it was her first game
Uh-huh,
also.
uh-huh.
Like he like picked her up and like showed Taylor her sign. I was like,
Oh.
Jason Kelsey, this is why. This is why I have so much love for you. You're
Mm.
just the biggest teddy bear in the entire planet. Like
Yeah.
and he's such a girl dad. He's like, let me go help you out, young lady.
Mhm.
So cute.
Yeah.
That's the other NFL news this last week. And we'll see what happens
Yeah,
today.
we will.
Who's actually going to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl? To be
Oh,
continued.
that just reminded me of some other NFL news, but it's not happy news.
Mm.
Did you hear about those three friends that like died?
Oh my gosh, that is going viral. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah,
That's
totally forgot about
wild.
that. Yeah,
Tell us about it.
I mean, it's an ongoing investigation, but it seems
Hmm.
shady. It seems shady. So for those of you that don't know, these group of friends, I think it was
There's three of them.
yeah, these three, yeah, but then there was the guy that owned the house and there was another guy there.
Yes.
So there was a total of like 5 people there. But one left early.
Okay.
Yeah, one left
Okay.
early and then so one guy left early and then the other guy stayed and so the guy that lives in the house like went to bed and like I guess 2 days later, like one of the guys that was missing, his fiance came and was like, where are they? And he's like, I don't know yet. Their like cars are still in the driveway. It was really weird. And then she found a body in the backyard, so they called the police and they found two more. So like there's three frozen bodies in the backyard, and supposedly like the guy. Like they've been trying to contact the guy that lived in the house, and he's like, "Oh, I sleep with my earbuds on and a fan, so I didn't hear anything." And I don't know. It's all really weird. And like some people were like, "Oh, so he went to bed on a Sunday and didn't wake up till like Tuesday?" Like that cuz what's going on here? And then like supposedly I think he made like the guy said that, "Oh, I walked them out." We don't know. We don't know what's going on. It's just like really shady. Like how does your friends die in the backyard? Without like yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I was reading some comments. One I saw that popped up on like one of my news apps. And then it started popping up on my algorithm.
Mhm.
And so of course like the social media world is probably going to solve this
Yeah.
before
Oh yeah, it's going to get solved.
cops do because so that this is a
Mhm.
thing. And and I was reading the comments and there's some wild stuff. So I guess
Mhm.
the fiance too, I can't remember, maybe one of the wives posted maybe earlier the day that they were found, like there was like three dead birds in front of a house that she was showing. She was like an hour away. So ominous.
Mm.
Some of the speculation out there is like maybe some drug use
Yeah.
for everyone, which could explain why, like the friend was out for 2 days. Um, and for whatever reason, like maybe the three of them passed out and didn't wake up, with temperatures being so cold.
Mhm.
But it's like your friend, like maybe, like your friend's cars are still out there. Um, it's just, it's interesting.
It's so weird.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's weird. I'm sure we'll hear more about it. And some of the comments were like this is like peak men not asking questions, like peak. And it makes me think of Alex and his friends.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
gonna pivot. Yeah,
Yeah.
real hard.
Yeah, like they don't
Like
ask questions.
no, they don't ask questions to each other. And
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like maybe I'm overgeneralizing,
Yeah.
but like for Alex's group of friends, like for him, he definitely doesn't ask questions.
Yeah.
Definitely does
Yeah.
not. Like he brings home some cheese met and then I'm like asking follow-up questions and he
And
doesn't
none.
know. And I'm like, well, why
Yeah.
you didn't ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, but it's not like none of my business. I was like, well, you're bringing it home to me, so now
Yeah.
it's our
Well, they're
business.
telling you.
Like,
They're telling you.
come on.
Yeah, that is honestly like I know we switched like that would bug me.
We
Like
pivoted
yeah, we
hard.
pivoted hard, but like my ex, same thing. Like he would tell me certain
Yeah.
things, and I'd be like, well, da 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 da, and he'd be like, well, I don't know, and I was like, why don't you ask those questions? Like, aren't you curious? Like, you know what?
That's the follow up.
Why aren't you asking? Like, he's like, well, I don't know. Like, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, these are just general questions you ask
That's wild.
someone.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
yeah, I get that. Like,
So
not
wild.
asking question things. It's so irritating too, because like we ask a lot of follow up.
We have so many questions.
We have so many questions, but we also tell
So
a
many
lot.
questions.
Like sometimes we don't even get asked the
We
questions. We just
share.
go deep,
100%.
like 100% deep.
Yeah.
We overshare. We're just oversharers.
I mean, Alex's friend came to like visit us like maybe a month. No, it's got to be like 2 months now. Wow, January. It's flying. Maybe 2 months before the holidays. And he found out that day that he visited, that one of their friends became a father and that Alex and I moved here. Like, what? You're here, you're visiting. And he was like, yeah, I just sent a random text to Alex to say I'm going to Vegas. And he was like, you want to swing by? And he was so confused. He literally thought we still lived on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and this kid that he found out his their other best friend had is 2 years old now. I'm like, yeah, what happened here? What happened?
That's a lack of paying attention.
And I was like, this would never happen in my friend group. This would never happen.
No, we would have been at each other's baby showers, or at least invited to
never.
baby shower.
It would never have happened.
We would have sent a message with the pregnancy test saying positive. Guess what? You're gonna be Tias.
Immediate.
We would have done that. Yeah.
Immediate.
Yeah.
That would have been immediate. Yeah. You guys may know before, like, parents? Even my parents. Yeah. Like, exactly. Like, it just would never happen. It's a very different world.
Guys would know before we actually knew it was confirmed. Like, I would be telling you guys, hey guys, I'm going to pee on a stick right now. I think I'm pregnant. You know?
100%.
Like, we would wait. We would go on FaceTime and wait those 7 minutes to see, you know? 100%. Like, that's what we would do.
It's a different language, and you know, I'm accepting it. This is
bromance is not the same as galmance.
We're just different.
Yeah, it's not the same. Bromance is not the same as galmance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyhow, we spent a lot of time on that.
We did. We didn't think about that because we were.
That was all NFL.
All NFL. Men not knowing how to talk. We were going to talk about Oscars, but maybe.
Yeah, but you know, we can skip it. It's in the medias, guys. Barbie, Greta Gerwig, and Margot Robbie got robbed.
Yeah.
And yet, Ken and Ryan Gosling got nominated.
Yeah, got the nom.
Which is essentially the plot of the entire movie. So
Hollywood still hasn't learned their lessons. So still a long way to go. Still a long way to go.
It's a long way.
Like I said last week, like it's changing, but there's still a long way to go. So much to change. So much. But anyway, all right. Struggles and high vibes. Let's move forward to the struggles and high vibes because I'm struggling.
Erica's got it.
Yeah, last week I was like, I'm so happy to be back. I'm so happy. And then like I was like full of energy, all excited. And then like I just hit a wall. Like all of a sudden my energy just like boom, crashed. And then I was tired yesterday. Like I got a little bit of a cold. There was a cold going around in my gym. Some people were a little sick. So I think they gave me this cold. And yesterday,
there you go.
Yeah, yesterday I was like, oh, I'm going to be doing like, I'm going to go do this, go do that. And I took Theraflu the night before because I was like, I don't want this to get worse. And I took the night Theraflu, which gets you fucking drowsy the next day. So yesterday I woke up, I was kind of like out of it. Like I felt like I was crossing my eyes the whole time. Went to the gym with my friend and I was just kind of like lagging it. And then I came back home and I was like, oh, I'm going to do all this stuff. No. I put on Heartstopper on Netflix, which is a really cute show. Yeah, it's a really cute show. And I'm just
Okay.
Yeah, I guess this will be my high vibe, but a really cute show. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll show my hand by later. But anyways, yeah, and I just like became one with the couch. I became the couch. I am the couch though. I didn't go grocery shopping. I didn't edit. I didn't clean. I'm surprised I ate. You know, I ate popcorn
It's your
for
new
dinner.
identity.
Yeah, and I was just like, I like almost didn't shower, but I was like, I'm kind of sweaty from the gym, but I showered like 5 hours later.
It's a
Like
win.
yeah, it was just kind of like
I'll
I just needed to be here and melt.
I'll take
Yeah.
I'll take that as
Yeah.
a win.
But
That's a win. You showered.
yeah,
That's-
but like what was happening in my mind was
Mhm.
because like I turn at one point, like when I have those moments, sometimes I'm good about it. Sometimes I'm like, I need the rest. My body's needing it. It's something, because I really did push myself the first week I was back. I pushed myself. Like I went to the gym and I hadn't worked out for like almost a whole month. Like I was working out, but it was really light workouts. So like the first week I had a lot of energy because I was excited to be back. So like I was working out with the energy of the adrenaline. And then it was kind of raining the following week. And, like I was just getting used to being back in Arizona, but I pushed it, right? Like I didn't take enough time to rest. And so my body was depleting. So yesterday I was sitting here and I was like, oh my God, I have so much stuff to do. Oh my God, the boxes are still here. Like I said, I was going to clear everything and I was going to get things more organized. Nothing's done. The house is a mess and nothing's changing. I'm going to be stuck in this cycle for 6 months and then the 6 months are over and I'm going to be stuck in the same cycle. And like I just went down the spiral of things. And I was just like, I had to like multiple times be like, dude, you're actually kind of sick. Like your body hurts, you need a rest. It's like you're not like crazy sick, but you need a rest. Like you've been pushing hard on your workouts, and you should have done like 2 to 3 times a week versus 5 days a week. So you need a rest, bitch. It's about longevity. And I was like, fuck, okay. But yeah, this morning I felt better because I went to the grocery store this morning before this and I'm feeling a little bit more productive today. So, but yeah, that was my struggle is like being sick, but then like the mindset that comes with it and like how I just put myself in these loops and I'm just like, dude, I was fucking like sick. Like, you're fine. Like, none of that is important. You'll get it done. You'll get it done, Erica. Yeah. So,
Yeah. I think it's really because I so that's so relatable 100%. Even when I'm not sick, I think that's the danger zone for me is when I'm not sick, like my default way of being is to keep going.
Yeah.
I'm my own worst enemy. And then like I gotta check myself and be like, rest is just as important.
Yeah,
because when you rest, then it allows you to like, show up and do and be.
Yeah.
Oh, and we forget that.
Yeah,
we forget it. Because rest in our society is like, it's not celebrated. It's not. And I'm like when I get it, I've been exhausted and I had no idea until, all my struggles from last week came out, right? Like, yeah, I had no idea. And now, like, I gotta really practice the rest parts also. But I'll take the wins. Like, showering is a win.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, like our society, even our cultures, and I'm pretty sure because Filipino and Mexicans are cousins, but like I remember like my mom waking us up at like 7:30 in the morning being like, stop being lazy, you need to wake up and clean, and like now every time I go home I make fun of my nieces because it's like 10 o'clock and they're still sleeping, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I would have been called fucking lazy, that I'm good for nothing. Like, why am I so lazy? I need to start cleaning, like, shit like that. And so it really it really fucks with you. And it's a lot of years of undoing. It totally does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect segue to my struggle. The perfect one. 100%. Because, and Alex called me out on it. Okay. Because, like I'm in the discovery of like the last year was wild.
Yeah.
I had so much change happen, like work, was a thing. I'm realizing how much of my identity I've like really poured into work. I thought I had like parsed a lot of it out, and I did, but there's definitely more, because like that was all 2023 was wild, and the last quarter was, I think, for me, the last straw. Like I pushed myself way too hard, and I didn't even know, right?
Yeah.
So I had been kind of like, I would say stressed and exhausted and unhappy. I think that was the other thing that was been popping up. Like, admit it, just own that you've been unhappy, and not necessarily from the job, but I have been unhappy the last like 3 months, and stressed and exhausted. Even though like all I was doing was like working and resting, quote unquote, when I got off of work, resting, quote unquote, all weekend. Like I really didn't do a lot of social activities. Probably did a lot of my like self-care things that were very isolating by myself, which I'm good with. Like all of that feels really good and restorative. But honestly, like it was just like this cycle of like work crazy hard and rest, work crazy hard and rest. Like I didn't have room for anything else. And last weekend I was like scrolling on my phone. So TikTok, I'm good at regulating because I just don't go on it. It's like a time vampire. But Reels,
it's the same as TikTok.
Reels is the same exact.
Yeah, it's just on Instagram.
I did not know. And I think it's like the response effort. It's not 2 apps I got to go on. It's literally
it's right there.
The one app. It's right there.
All there.
It's
like
so
a Target.
available.
It's like a Target.
It's, oh my gosh. And I didn't notice what I was doing.
Yeah.
And I was just scrolling through my phone.
Yeah.
And Alex was like, do you think that the scrolling is helping, or this man, the way he said this, helping or hurting your stress level? And I was like, you motherfucker, how dare you use my words?
Yeah.
Like,
how dare you? Don't fucking tell me what to do.
Wait a minute. How long? I was like, oh my gosh, it only took like 7 years for him to like call me out on my bullshit. So I looked at him and I was like, what do you mean? Because here I am thinking I'm relaxing, right? Thinking I'm like, and I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, your brain is constantly working. And I was like, oh my gosh, you should have seen my face. YouTubers, you see my face. I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Yeah. I literally sat there in silence for a good 2 minutes, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm going to put my phone down today. I'm going to put my phone down right now. And that was the hardest thing to do. It was so hard. I really wanted to scroll away because, it's entertaining. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I think it's fun. I do. And like, you know what I did?
What did you do?
I picked up my book that I'm reading alongside with one of my coworkers or one of my mentees at work. It's The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put my phone down, and I'm going to go read this book. And he was like, okay, that's better. I was like, better? And he was like, it's better, but your brain is still working. Like, he's like, your brain is constantly working. Yeah. And I was like, holy fuck. Yeah. And it dawned on me. I was like, I am doing the exact same thing that my mom does, except I'm lying down. I may not be physically up and like cleaning the house, because my mom does not sit. Like, you watch her, she is on her feet. Yeah. She is like cooking almost like 24 hours a day. Like, you don't need to be cooking at like 10 o'clock, know, or you don't need to be cooking at 2 for dinner. Like, you don't, like, she is constantly up. Like, if there's a cup in the sink, she is up and like wash it. Like, it's, I see it all the time, every time I'm home. Yeah. And it dawned on me, it's like, oh, holy shit. Yeah. I'm doing exactly what my mom does, but I'm lying down. My brain is constantly on.
Mm-hmm.
On. Like there is no turning off.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it."
Mm-hmm.
And it like I kind of was like, I'm sweating now just thinking about it. It was like, "What do you do?"
Yeah.
And he was like, why don't you just sit? Why did you, because the football game was on too. And he was like, just enjoy the game. And if your brain wanders, let it wander. I'm like, first of all, who are you?
Yeah, who is he?
Who are you, sir?
Can he trade my next boyfriend? I don't know what to do.
Like, first of all, who is
so
this?
I'm recruiting
like,
Alex to train my next boyfriend, you know?
when did this happen? When did this happen?
He's
that he's
quiet.
ninja.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and observant.
Yeah,
apparently,
he's very quiet and observant, but he's watching. And so when he's a man of few words, but when he says those words, they're very effective, right? Very effective. Yeah.
I know, and I wanted to slap him so hard. I was like, "You are so."
I fucking slap you.
I was like, "What?" Like
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
It was mind blowing for me. And I've been trying to do it throughout the week. It was like our project last Sunday for me to just like let my brain wander. I can like do the thing. I can watch TV.
Yeah.
I can enjoy the show. Or I can enjoy the game. But like you can allow your brain to kind of like just relax and turn off.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh. So what I've been trying to do all week is like if I had a break, not trying to pick up my phone, and I just would like sit here. Like sit or even walk away from my computer and not try to fill my brain with something. Literally, like I literally was like, be in it. Make the breakfast. Like be present. Let my brain wander. Let it take a break. Because I'm telling you, that was a mind fuck for me. Like that was a mind fuck. Like what? I don't think he's ever been so right.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what do you consider
triggered.
like resting your brain, like just watching like a funny television show, just kind of being
yes.
Like, okay.
He was like, you don't, because this is what he called me out on too, was like football. I love football. Like I love watching sports. I love like we do watch like TV shows. We've been really into catching up on Fargo. But every single time there's like a 30-second commercial. I will pick up my phone. He was like, you can't wait 30 seconds for your brain to like just shut off for a second. And I was like, I don't know how to do it's literally, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do it. And it's been really interesting. It's like my little project for the rest of life is allowing my brain to rest because I really don't know how to do it. I feel like I'm on training wheels. This is new. Yeah. And I'm going to give myself some grace around it. Like let this.
You should go do some hot tub time. Just sit there with some music in the background.
But you know what? Yeah, music in the background would be great. What I want to do in a hot tub is like read a book or like be on my phone.
Yeah. But maybe you're not.
Like even on vacation, read a book and be on my phone. Like just let your brain just like do its thing. Yeah. Turn it off. Yeah. So that's my latest realization.
Well, good for Alex.
And I did not know.
Yeah, good for Alex.
I know that's a courage.
That's a courage. But
you don't know how you're going to land. Because I could have been like, what?
Yeah. But I think the way
dare you?
I think the way he worded it was really well. Like he asked you, do you think it's helping?
He did good.
Do you think it's helping or do you think it's what did he say? Do you think it's
I think helping or hurting the stress.
Helping or hurting
because I've been complaining.
Yeah. Yeah. Where example that I had would be like I would be stressed out and then my ex would be like, well, your algorithm or something like that. He would just be like, like you need it
or made you wrong.
Yeah,
for it.
He'd be like, well, you shouldn't be giving into like the internet hype or whatever. But he wouldn't tell me like, oh, like hey, like
Yeah.
maybe get off your phone. Like it wasn't from a place of like concern. It
Yeah.
would be like, well, just don't watch that stuff on the internet or like your algorithm's
Yeah.
off. And
Yeah.
he,
Well, yeah, I think what I appreciated from how he approached it, which
oh,
also surprised
shoot.
me. Oh, hello? Uh-oh.
Sorry, hold on. Where did my
Pause.
thing go? And it's because I was in my back. Okay, it's because my parents were
Yeah, you've been back.
they were
Oh.
FaceTiming me, my
Oh.
parents, and so it's connected to my fucking computer, so it turned off.
Okay.
So you were saying,
Okay. No, it was good.
the way he approached it. Sorry, yeah.
Oh. What I appreciated about how he approached it, which also, okay, I was surprised. So he approached it with a lot of curiosity, aside from like judgment.
Yeah.
And I think had he approached it in any other way,
Yeah.
he would have gotten like resistance from me.
The
Like I would have
judgment,
probably taken. Yeah, I wouldn't have heard his message.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean?
the
I probably
energy
would have been resistant.
because it's the energy
know?
behind it, and so I think
Yeah.
that's what I heard when you were telling me. Like, yeah, I would have, what is it? Something my feathers tickled my feathers, but ruffled my feathers. But it did sound like came from a place of curiosity and wanting to understand, and wanting you to not be as stressed, as opposed to like judging you, like, oh, well, if you just get off your phone, you wouldn't be.
You're just wasting your time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
or like you're becoming dumber.
Yeah.
Because you're just constant. Like he did. Yeah. Because I could have gone. I've seen that too. Like not from him, but like from
Other
like
people, yeah.
From
my
your
example.
experience. Like
I was like,
people do that.
Yeah. I was like, my example came. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so that was my struggle, and I am,
yeah, still figuring it out.
I'm letting it sit.
Still figuring it out. I know.
Sitting with the discomfort of that realization.
Yeah. It's hard because yesterday I felt like that too. Like I was like constantly picking up my phone because I started to get bored, but I was like tired, and I was like, I'm watching TV. Like what the fuck? Like, and I would put it back down
what I do.
and then do it again, and it's like, and I was getting frustrated with that like loop I was in. And I tend to I tend to not pick up my phone as much if I'm with people. But, I need to learn how to do it without people, like just myself,
I'm really good when I'm with people too. When I'm with you guys or like at dinner or like activities, like I'll snap the picture, but I am not posting that thing till maybe the next morning when I'm doing my morning poops. Yeah. Like, which was before when we were younger, that immediate post was like,
the thing.
Right there.
The thing.
Yeah. Right there. So it's a project that I am allowing myself to be uncomfortable about, because I still do it.
Yeah,
it's just like being aware, like
it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. It's a very addicting habit that we have.
100%. Yeah,
and we don't really notice it.
Cool.
Yeah.
No, we do not. Do not. So automatic.
So automatic.
So I'm learning.
Yeah, that's good. Well, my high vibe. Well, multiples. I kind of touched based on it a little bit, where I've been like just kind of obsessed with watching like romantic comedies, whether it's TV shows or movies. And I watch it because like I just want to keep the hope open for love and keep the heart open. Because I think like sometimes, when you're single, especially nowadays, I guess things haven't changed much, because I saw something from Waiting to Exhale. Remember that movie with Whitney Houston? So good. Yeah, they said they were talking about the same things. Like they were sitting, it was like 95. There was no Tinders. There was no there were cell phones, but there was no apps, dating apps. And they were the same conversations I'm having is the same conversations they were having. So, like I just want to like just want the feel good love stories. And so I rewatched the show. It's a British show called Heartstopper. Oh god, it's so cute. It's so cute. Like the whole time my heart's like aching, like, and I'm crying because I'm happy. And I was like, oh, it's just about love. It's just like this feel good love show. It's queer love. It's like these kids, they're high schoolers, and this boy has a crush on some guy on the rugby team, and the rugby kid's realizing he's bi. And then there's like this other couple where there's a trans girl and this other guy who they were friends since they were little, and they fall in love. And so it's just like this whole, like, it's just such a good feel good show. Yeah, like there's some heavy stuff,
Yeah.
like the kid was bullied and all that, but it doesn't do like these crazy plot twists. This is just like feel good, so it's just like,
Yeah.
oh,
I love
yeah,
that.
it has 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Having issues communicating with our server. Okay, I think we should be fine. All right.
I think I have nothing on my screen.
Okay, it's still saying it's
Looks
uploading 99%. Okay, well, hopefully we'll get the backup if it's an issue. But anyways, so I've just been like trying to find those shows that are about like love and like feel good, because I think if I get in this, like, I just want to see examples of like good healthy relationships, or like good, meet cutes, and just like kind of manifest
Yes.
my my love life.
I'm here
Because
for
sometimes
it.
it just gets like, like I'm back on the apps, but I'm not as aggressive, or like I'm just not giving people chances. Like they'll talk to me and I'm like, well, you're not really asking me questions, so why should I move forward with this conversation? Like I just stop. And then like
Love
last
this.
night this guy was like, oh, I'm leaving tomorrow, and I was like, oh, I don't even want to talk to you. He's like, what are you doing tonight? I was like, well, I just told you earlier that I was sick. I used the sick card like really early on. And I was like, resting because I'm getting over a cold. And then he never replied back. And I was like, yeah, because you just want the booty. And I was like, I don't want just the booty. I mean, I want booty. Don't get me wrong. Your girl's thirsty, but I'm not desperate, like I'm not dying. Whatever. I'll hold out till I can, till the right one. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, doesn't mean I'm gonna marry the next guy I sleep with. I'm just saying, like, they're gonna have to put a little bit more effort into getting into my pants. So,
Amen.
amen. But
Look,
yeah,
you're at next level dating experience for
yeah.
you, because I did the opposite of what you're doing. I was very closed off, and you were there. You saw the guys I was attracting. I mean, all great and fun, but not deep. Like shallow level, all the time. All the time, until I became available
Yeah.
for something more and deeper. You were in the vibe of attracting exactly what it is that you're looking for, but I guess I was too, because I was not ready for anything deeper until I said I was. This is beautiful, because oh snap, I lost you.
Could you see me now?
Yeah, I see you now.
But what were you saying? Sorry, dating.
I don't even know. Hold on, let me think about it. Let me think. It'll come. Oh, I don't know. I think I was saying something along the lines of, you are available, like you're allowing, like, your environment, the things you expose yourself to be like a match for what it is that you're calling in.
Yeah.
So I love it. And I think I'm really proud of you too, because you're not numbing.
Yeah.
You're like, because if you shift, you could easily choose to look at those like rom-coms or like romantic stuff or meet cutes as like, oh, this is not real. Like, this is like fiction. This is not real life. Because that's exactly how I used to view rom-coms. Like, this is silly. This is all make-believe. This is not real. These guys don't exist. You could look at it that way too, and that's what will be reflected back to you in your actual world. But you are looking at it from like, because especially, and this is why I like, one of the reasons why I'm so proud of you is because you went through hell and shit and back, and you could easily spend this time numb and rejecting like the notion of what like love is, because it's painful. right? Because it
Mm,
could remind you of all of the
mm,
things that don't exist in your real, quote unquote, real world today.
mm,
But rather, you've shifted your energy to look at, oh, these are the things that I want. This is real stuff. This actually exists. It's out there for me right now. And that's what's going to be reflected back in your real actual
mm-hmm.
life. Because that's
Yeah.
what you are surrounding yourself and looking at it through that filter. I
Yeah.
think it's beautiful and
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's
Yeah.
so
Yeah. I think,
I don't know. It
yeah.
just feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I call it high vibe because the more I feel into it, the
Yes.
more I'm available for it, and the more I'm
Yes.
available for like the love that I want.
Mhm.
And I think I
Yes.
did this like in November, like one of the guys in CrossFit, he brought his girlfriend, and then like I went to the other side of the room because there was like a smaller wall. So I call him my wall buddy because we were always on the same wall. I'd be like, hey, wall buddy. And so he had his girlfriend. So of course they were going to be by the wall together. Like I wasn't going to be like,
Mhm.
hey, this is where so I went on the other side, and then I was telling the people there, I was like, oh, I was like, I'm trying to get away from the lovebirds. I was like, ew. And I said, like, I was just messing around, right? Like,
Yeah.
as one does when
Right, right,
even they're
right.
single,
Yeah.
like, ew, gross, the lovebirds, ew. And then I was like, I went home and I was like, but they weren't even really that gross. She was really nice. So they were kind of cute, you know? And I was like,
Yeah.
why did I like, I was just being silly. And that was like a default, right? Like a default, make a
Sure.
joke.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and I was just kind of like, but I don't really feel that way. And I don't want to say
Yeah.
that because I want to be a
Yeah.
cringy couple. Like I want to be like a Travis and Kourtney Kardashian. And I want people to be like, what? Like I want people to look at us and be like, yeah, they fucking. Like they fucking. You know? So I haven't said that since then. I mean, the girl doesn't live in the area, but going forward, it was like, I'm just not gonna say that. And if I see a cute couple or I see a couple,
I
be like,
love.
oh, that's so cute. They're together. I love it.
I'm here for it.
So that's one of my high vibes. And then the other one is, I know I was complaining about like, I'm not doing anything to move forward. Not true. Not true. Because last week my coach gave me a challenge to set time aside every day to like record content, because my goal is to like have like 3 to 4 reels a week minimum, like and so she's like, an hour before work and an hour after work you record your stuff and you post it. It didn't exactly turn out that way. I just needed like 30 minutes, and I still like got three reels up, but I just like in my head it was just like a bigger deal than what like it was, because I was just so resistant to it because of just issues from the past. And like, I still feel kind of weird being like, I want to be a content creator and make money off of it. That's probably something I should change my language for. But like, it's still like kind of it still's not in my. I'm still having a hard time like grasping it as opposed to the love thing.
Mm.
But I'm proud of myself for taking that time to record and accomplish the goal that I wanted to do for that week, which was post 3 reels on Instagram. And I recorded more stuff too. Like some stuff I have to go edit or re-record, and then like I plotted. I like staged one that I want to do, which is a little bit more intricate, but I'm not. I didn't record it yesterday because I was sick, but I have other ones
That's
to
what
do.
it-
There's no
yeah.
time limit. So that's where I'm proud of, is like I actually did do stuff to move the needle forward on things that I want. I just didn't see that because it didn't feel like hustle. It literally was like, oh, I'm going to record this thing. And it took me 5 minutes to record. And that's all it really needed. And I was like, but I said an hour. Like, I should just do it. And it's like, but that's all I had in me, especially this week
Yeah.
because I was like
Yeah.
tired. I know there's going to be weeks where I want to record more and I'm going to do it. But it's good to know that even in like a low energy week, I could at least do 3 reels a week.
Yeah.
And I laughed
That's
because
how I express it.
yeah. I laughed because when I used to do like Beachbody coaching, I know, cringe. I used to post like 3 to 4 times a day.
That's right.
Yeah. And now I'm on like 3 times a week. That's so much.
Well, first of all, thank you for doing Beachbody because honestly, that's what got me like in this like literally a lifestyle
Oh yeah,
of
yeah.
working
There
out
was
and
good
it
stuff
feels
to
good.
it. Yeah.
Oh
The
yeah.
workouts are
I mean, there's just
good.
no like hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
feel like the
Yeah.
hustle around
Well,
it.
I mean,
So
it's a
yeah,
MLM, like the way they did
yeah,
the MLM and the coaching. Some of that stuff was cringy, but their products and their workouts are
yeah.
amazing. You know, I still use their
Very
products,
true.
so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hate that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love
It feels
it.
like so much freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, freedom feels good.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's great. I think you and I are vibing today. I can feel it. But I mean, speaking of, because I think last week I shared about, the next phase for me in life is like the authenticity and like owning and being myself. And since then, I have felt more powerful in various spaces this week. And
Nice.
focusing, I mean, yeah, the workload has not changed. However, how I'm approaching it and how I'm like showing up
Mm-hmm.
for those things, and also allowing myself space, like that's been a freaking game changer this week. It's like I'm just not trying to be anyone else. Like I'm just like, this is
Mm-hmm.
how I'm gonna be today. This is where I'm at.
Take it or leave it.
Just
Take it
like
or
take it or
leave
leave
it.
it. This is where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I think one of the things that I'm looking at my notes that I did do since the my big download last week about next step for me
Mm-hmm.
and living authentically is like ever since I realized that next step has nothing to do with work, has
Mm.
nothing to do with like the quote unquote standard way of people what ask when people ask you that question about what's next. It's in
Mm-hmm.
my head, it's always related to work, always related to that realm of my life. And ever since I put that aside and said like that's actually not the focus, the focus is like being 110% unapologetically myself in all spaces. Holy shit, the things that came up, like
Mm-hmm.
one, suddenly, like there's a dance studio that I used to go to back in the day
Mm-hmm.
that opened up literally 5 miles from my
Ooh.
house.
Mm.
That was not here a year ago. It was not,
Nice. Yeah.
they literally just opened in December,
Nice.
literally. And I showed up to that first lesson. And I've tried, guys. You guys have known, like, I've gotten excited about getting, quote unquote, getting back into dance,
Mm-hmm.
and it never has stuck. I think part of it was like I wasn't available to like
Mm-hmm.
stick it out, but also when you have go to a place, you want to feel a match. You want to feel an
Mm-hmm.
alignment. At least I'm a big feeler. I only want
Mm-hmm.
to be in spaces that I feel like
Yeah.
this, like,
Good. Yeah.
kind of makes me gasp because it feels so good. Like, that's the spaces I want to be. And I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really find that. Like, I tried back in Maryland, didn't really feel it. And that was the same dance studio franchise
Mm-hmm.
that I'm going to now. Didn't feel it. No offense to them. It's just, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
feel that, like I want
Yeah.
to spend my time here. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
mean? That pull.
Yeah.
Tried a different studio out here about a year ago and I didn't feel that pull. Like this is where I was
Mm-hmm.
excited to be.
Yeah.
But this space
Mm.
and my teacher, I guess he'll be my teacher. Um, oh, like within seconds, I was like, oh shit, I want to be here. Like this is the space I want to be at. And like I want to hang out with this guy. He's funny AF and
Mm-hmm.
and also like this like I felt like I was learning something like
Yeah.
and challenged in a different way. Um and I just automatically felt really excited to be in that space and to
Mm-hmm.
learn from this specific human being.
Nice.
Um and then also yesterday I went to a workshop with all of the I so I did a one-to-one, so I didn't meet any other students.
Oh, okay.
Uh but yesterday I did like a workshop which
Mm-hmm.
had other students and I immediately ran into old Leia.
Old Leia.
who did ballroom, loved it, and also like I did ballroom because I didn't know I wanted something fun and extracurricular to
Mhm.
do back then, but also it filled a gap for me where it like I didn't know how to express my emotions back then, so I expressed it through dance,
Mhm.
so like through my body, and now I'm very in tune with my emotions.
Mhm.
So, but what came up in a group of these talented dancers, like
Mhm.
there was not one beginner in that room
Oh
yesterday.
wow.
And
Mm.
I went, fuck. The competitor in me
She came
was
out.
like, well, yeah, she tried. I
Mm.
noticed her, which is like my win, because I
Mhm.
saw her, and I heard her in my head. I was like, like one, take all these people down.
Yeah.
And two, the other thing was like, oh shit, I don't belong here. I'm no
Mhm.
longer the best. Like, and that was that
Mm. Yeah.
healing part of me, like ambition and needing to belong and needing to
To be the best.
prove
Yeah.
myself and win.
Mhm.
Let me like already like I was like, oh, I see you. I see you 10 years ago, me. I see you.
Mhm.
I see you. And and I think it made me think of when you went to the retreat
Mm.
with all the other like creators that you were in the space for. Remember with
Oh,
the
the Malibu one? The
Malibu retreat? Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
The Don't
It made
Panic
me think of
retreat?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah.
like, I feel like I don't belong here.
Mm, yeah.
Like immediately, like
Yeah.
I don't know where my like I honestly, and yes, am I tooting my own horn? Yeah, I was good. Like
I was
I
good.
was freaking
Yeah.
good 10
Yeah.
years ago. I was good.
Yeah.
I was a good performer, and I was, a good ballroom dancer. It was good. I won a lot. And that girl came out, and I was like, huh. And I couldn't relate to her anymore either. Like this
Mhm.
version of me, I was like, oh. I was like, what? Like, hey, you belong here, and this is not for them.
Mhm.
And this is not for you either. This is your time to really have fun with this. Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to take it as seriously as you did 10 years ago. You don't have to
Yeah.
win every single thing. You don't even have to compete if you don't want to. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And you can, it's like the superpower you have now that you didn't before is like you feel things now. Like, I'm going to cry. I could feel it. So you
Mm.
feel things now.
Mhm.
Like 10 years ago, I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, that is what you're bringing to the dance floor now. It's like not about the blue ribbons or anything like that. It's literally it's you, and you're gonna have a ton of fun.
Mhm.
And you're gonna be yourself. You're gonna be this version of who you
Yeah.
are. Fuck the rest of the shit.
Yeah.
Fuck it all. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna, and like I was like, oh shit. And I think you were saying this last week with like the creative side of you coming out. I was like,
Mhm.
holy fuck.
Yeah.
I feel like the creative part of me coming out again. And I'm like, that is
It's a
what
good feeling.
this, fuck yes.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
ooh, that is what this is about. It's like
Mhm.
an expression of yourself. Cause I think like, I don't think I relate to myself as like quote unquote creative,
Uh-huh.
like in whatever way. But I hadn't been dancing in like 10 years. That was like my creative outlet.
Yeah, that's your
And
creativity.
yeah, exactly. So I felt her come out, and I was like, oh snap. It was kind of cool to see this old version of me pop
Yeah.
up. So I was like, oh,
And if
holy
you
shit. I
yeah.
just want to give that woman 10 years ago
Yeah.
a fucking hug because I was
She needed
like,
it. Yeah.
she needed it, like for real. And I'm like, oh, I'm a
Yeah.
different version now. Like this is a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
It's all new. So
Yeah.
I'm super stoked,
Yeah.
super excited to play around with like
What's
owning all
next?
of me
Yeah.
at all times and all spaces, and I am
And you know what gets
so
exciting too is like, you said it's not about the winning the performances or winning the competitions or anything like that, but that's gonna come, right? Like you're still gonna like,
I was real like
yeah.
that's probably coming.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like it's not as important to you. It's not
It's
like, oh,
not.
because before, like, I mean,
It's not.
like what I'm hearing is like before you used to go in there and like that was like really important to you. Like, oh, like I'm
Yeah.
doing this for the purpose. And like,
Yes.
right now you're just like, I'm
Yeah.
just doing this for fun.
Yeah.
And you may not have a competition for another year or so. Who knows? I mean, like
Mhm.
it depends on what you want to do, right? I don't know how
Exactly.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm just open. And
Mhm.
it like, I needed to be number one
Yeah. Yeah.
because like that would validate like, oh yeah, I belong here. Like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
yeah, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
Um and if I didn't get number one, oh my God, the way that I would talk to myself.
Oh, was it
Like I was like,
bad?
oh nope, we got to work
Mm.
harder.
Yeah.
We need to work longer. Like we need to get more focused. I'm like, dude, that sounds like bullshit. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't sound
Yeah.
like fun anymore. Like
Yeah.
I turned it into work
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, you know what? Like there's
Yeah.
like that's not even on the table now.
Mm-mm.
Like and she,
Yeah.
she wanted to come back and be like
Yeah.
taking everyone down.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
Yeah.
no, like
That's
that's not
not what
even
it is.
that doesn't feel good to me anymore. Like that's
Yeah.
not what I want from this. And
Yeah.
it was really kind of interesting because I think my version of myself and that version of myself really came head to head yesterday. And I was like, oh, babes. Like,
Honey.
you,
Honey.
we're
Yeah.
gonna try this my way. We're
Yeah.
gonna try this my way this time.
I love
Yeah.
that you were saying, that you had tried in other
Hmm.
locations, other dance locations, even the same franchise, but it was different, right?
Yeah.
And like I think
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now with like the improv thing. Like I
Yes.
tried an
Yeah. Yeah.
improv class here and I went to it twice, but
Yeah.
it wasn't like anything bad. It was just like it
Yeah.
didn't feel the same like my people in
Yep.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And so, I mean, I'm gonna still try to look out here, but
Hmm.
it was like I was like I knew what you were talking about. I was like, yeah, like it just
Hmm.
doesn't. It's like
Yeah.
it's the vibe. There's this vibe that you connect with, and you're like, yeah, I want to come here every week, or
Yeah.
whatever, twice a week, whatever it is
Yeah.
that you go.
Yeah.
And then there's something else you said too, where going in and having this expectation of like I'm gonna win and all that,
Hmm.
and then it like kind of like bringing you down when you don't win. That reminds me of improv too, when you go into scenes trying to think of like, oh, I gotta be funny, I have to be
Mm.
funny, I have to make this entertainment, whereas opposed to when you walk in and just go, I'm just gonna go with the flow, I don't know what's gonna come out of my mouth, and I'm
Mm.
gonna know
Hmm.
like the second it comes out. And
Yeah.
I've had better improv experiences and things like funnier on stage
Mm.
when I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just like reacting to my scene partners. And I think
Yeah.
that's like an important lesson to like learn in
Mm.
life is like sometimes when you go in there with just like, I gotta win, I gotta do this, I have to make it this way, and people have to like me and people have to like it that energy is very constrained.
Constricting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like very like
Yeah. Yeah.
constraining, and it
Oh,
doesn't allow you
yes.
to be creative, and it doesn't allow you to
Yeah.
fully express yourself because you're just in your
Mm.
brain and worried about what other people. You're
Yes.
worried about how you project yourself to the outer
Hmm.
world instead of just kind of like letting that flow come in, that creativity
Hmm.
juices just kind of come up out of nowhere, because that's what
Yes.
creativity is. It's just like things you just make
Yeah.
up on the spot, and it's
Yeah.
beautiful and it's amazing, and it's just like that's
Yeah.
what people feel, that's what people connect to in the creativity, even if it's a
Yes.
play, right? Like, I mean, a writer made it up at one point on the
Hmm.
spot, but it's just like it's kind of like that. So
Hmm.
anyways, that's my 2 cents on that.
No, I love it. I mean, I think the vibe of like I don't know, say season 7 maybe because we've hit it with like 2
Mm,
episodes already. Season 7 feels different
yeah.
already. Like it
Hmm.
feels like you and I are both on this journey of like being authentically who we are and no
Hmm.
apologies made
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
And I think we're like it feels like the energies are lining up. Like season 7 feels like
Yeah.
freedom. Feels like freedom.
Freedom.
Yes, and I think it feels really, really good.
Yeah, it does. It's the year of us, of me, and being happy.
What show was that from?
Huh? It's a show?
It's from New Girl.
She says that?
It's the year of us. Season 5.
I didn't even know she said that. Well, then, we're totally alike.
Yes.
All right, guys. Thank you.
We went over.
We went over this week, but we had some technical difficulties. It's all good. I'm going to go get a cough drop. I bought some spicy top ramen waiting for me to get cooked. And it's like, let all that goodness just seep into my bloodstream. I don't know.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do this. All right, guys. We love you. Do all the things.
We love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Peace.